And thanks for staying with us. This weekend marks 1 year since the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. The decision returned the power to regulate abortion to the states. Well, that had an immediate impact in Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas, whose legislatures passed trigger laws that made abortion illegal with few or no exceptions weeks after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. Choice's Center for Reproductive Health, based in Memphis, has since opened a clinic in Carbondale, Illinois. We learned this week that clinic took in more than 2,000 patients, the vast majority from the Mid-South. Planned Parenthood of Tennessee and North Mississippi also said it's doing its part for access.
I'm proud of the way Planned Parenthood has stepped up thanks to our amazing staff. We're providing patient navigation services along with direct financial assistance, where we're doing everything we can to help patients get the abortion care they need when they need it.
Well, Tennessee Right to Life shared a different opinion on the anniversary, estimating the overturning of Roe in the volunteer state impacted 10,000 children who were born. President Stacey Dunn said, "We are celebrating that with the Dobbs decision, our Tennessee law now reflects our Tennessee values and protects the right of life of our most vulnerable citizens. These events will allow pro-life Tennesseans to celebrate Dobbs and to recommit ourselves to working for a day when abortion is not only illegal, but unthinkable." Well, Deidre, we start with you. How do you think both sides in the Mid-South have adjusted 1 year after? Because obviously Planned Parenthood had to adjust. Pro-life's kind of taken a victory lap 1 year. How do you think this has just changed the calculus?
Well, I don't think there has been a real adjustment. I think that what it has done, though, it has opened a lot of women's eyes to the fact that, and some men, that health care for women is under attack across this country, and we need to do something about it. And so more women are looking at opportunities to run for office, which I think is great, because it's like The Handmaid's Tales. If you've seen that show at all, it's unbelievable. And so I don't think anybody's settled in, and those proponents that consider themselves pro-life, I think they need to watch out, because pro-choice women are coming. And
as a follow-up, part of that news conference this past week from Planned Parenthood and Choices, we're talking about, the closing of clinics goes far beyond abortion.
It does. It's healthcare. It's healthcare for women. I think about the woman in Texas who was pro-life, and then she became pregnant and had an ectopic pregnancy, and they made her carry that child. Her life was in danger. And so, until she could go and have an abortion. It's just unfortunate that 10-year-olds that may be raped or, assaulted, sexually assaulted, may have to carry a child if they don't have an opportunity to have, this life-changing procedure. So it's unfortunate, but what it has done, it has made women across this country think, and some men, that we've got a lot of work to do when it comes to state laws.
And Sam, I know you primarily focus on city council, but thinking about the big presidential election of 2024, how do you think this might play out as being maybe one of the issues that could galvanize people to the polls on both sides?
Well, it's already starting to show up in the Iowa caucuses, right? In the Republican primary, a lot of candidates are being asked what their opinion is and would they back a nationwide abortion ban, right? And so that sort of, to be honest, to Deidre's point, and I think to the broader conversation, not in a partisan way, but this is probably, I'm 30 years old in my lifetime, and maybe I'm forgetting something in the 90s here, but it's got to be the most impactful Supreme Court decision of my lifetime for sure.
I have a couple years in you, I agree. It's huge.
And you're seeing, you're sending thousands of women across state lines, right? And so I think, has it really changed how many, I would question the right to life statement a little bit of how many babies were born or how many more abortions were just done across state lines or illegally, and I'm not accusing anyone of anything, but I think that really is. And I think it also, to Deidre's point, has galvanized, it blunted a red wave in the congressional electorate last fall. It really blunted, in a bad economy, the incumbent president's party is not supposed to do well in a midterm election statistically. They did a lot better, and it's a lot to do with that Supreme Court decision.
And you see what happened in Kansas, not exactly a blue state, and they really reaffirmed that. So
I think you'll see more of it.
And going from the national back to the state level, I know obviously Tennessee has a supermajority, but do you think in the upcoming elections this issue could chip away at the supermajority?
I think a little bit. I'm the president of the National Women's Political Caucus of Tennessee right now, and women are calling me and members of my organization talking about running for state legislature. So I know women are getting excited about trying to figure out how to take some of these legislators out.
And is that the top issue they usually talk to you about, or among the top?
Major issue, #1 issue right now. Absolutely, a woman's right to choose.
All right, well, that's all the time we have for today. We thank you for watching ABC 24 this week. Again, we are here every Sunday at 9 o'clock in the morning, with encores airing at 10:35 on ABC 24 and 9 p.m. on our sister station CW 30. I want to thank my great panel again, Sam Hardiman from the Daily Memphian and Deidre Malone. Great to see you as always. Great panel, great discussion. I hope you all have a great week ahead. Thanks for watching.